predictive launching has existed for pretty much as long as Beyblade has, and it is the ability to tilt or angle your Beyblade in a way that creates a sort of predictive movement that potentially increases your odds of winning. With the new X dash gimmick, a lot of people have just accepted that attack types are mostly limited to flat launching in order to optimize its use of the rails, and tilting can be beneficial for some attack types for upper and ratchet contact, as well as defense types to avoid ratchet contact. But it's mostly nondescript tilting, just tilting to try to avoid your opponent making contact or increasing your odds of hitting a portion of the Beyblade instead of trying to control the position and the pattern of the Beyblade. So I was testing a Leon Claw combo that was seemingly doing all right, and some other people were testing it as well, and we were getting very, very different results, like strikingly different results. And I realized that I was very specific with how I was launching this combo, and most other people are probably not launching it with the same intention that I am. And this is by no means a bad thing, it's just pointing out the difference in launch technique. And I really wanted to point out, because I've been getting pretty good at this, that this is predictive launching. So this works with most aggro bits as well as gear ball, and what I'm doing is basically tilt launching down onto the rail so the Beyblade circles up the left side, up top. And the reason that I do this is because by the time it circles all the way around, one of two things happens. It either is going to come down to the center, where stamina types have probably settled, or it's going to loop back around on the rail again by the time the other Beyblade is typically settled. This is, I feel like, a pretty optimal launch against stamina types. I'm not saying this is the best launch, but this is how I found really good results with this combo. But it is admittedly extremely hard to do consistently. There's a very narrow window to make this launch work optimally. Up until now, I've just been saying tilt launching, but I'm not sure that that is an accurate descriptor of this particular launch, because you can tilt in any particular direction. It doesn't mean the Beyblade's always going to end up in the same spot. But if you're trying to do a launch that puts the Beyblade in a specific position, I think maybe it needs its own term. I don't know what to call it. If you guys have any good ideas, let me know. But again, the idea is to throw it off into this pocket, and then by the time stamina types sort of settle in, it just drops down on it, or it circles back around. So you can see Hellscythe almost went out of the extreme pocket there, and then it winds back around and ends up just throwing it into one of the side pockets. Is this going to be the result every time? Probably not, but it puts you in a really optimal position in terms of where the pockets are and where your opponent potentially is. This launch is also achievable from the left side by back tilting pretty aggressively and to the left. You end up in the same corner, and again, this lets you up at the top and sort of drops down on the opponent. This works really well for stamina types because they're not going to be that far left, and a lot of attack types are not going to end up circling that high up, and if they do, you're already at the highest position. I'm not saying that everybody should start launching like this, or that this is the best launch, or that everybody's test results are inaccurate because they're not launching a specific way, but I do think it's worth mentioning that different people's tactics can attribute to different test results. But again, there's a lot of factors that can also contribute to that in terms of, if it's 1v1 or solo testing or dual launcher setups or whatever. I just wanted to make this video to sort of point out how I've been launching and why I think maybe some of my results are a little bit different. And I don't want anybody to think that I'm diminishing the idea of just straight flat launching. I think that there are some Beyblades that work really well just flat launching. I think it's an optimal launch for a lot of things, but I don't see a lot of people talking about actual launching with positioning in mind, and I feel like it should maybe enter the conversation. This is really one of the first times that we've had a stadium designed where half of the stadium has no pockets or exit. So being on the top half of the stadium in terms of positioning puts you at a really good advantage, I feel like, in terms of avoiding getting KO'd, and also putting you in a position to hit other Beyblades towards the exits and pockets. Anyway, that's pretty much all I had to say. I'm curious what your thoughts are on this and whether or not you guys have tried launching like this, or if you try it after watching this video, maybe you can come back and let me know if you're able to accomplish it. Like I said, it's not super easy to do consistently. I still struggle to do it as consistently as I would like, but it is something that I try to do with particular combos frequently to try to get better at it. But yeah, thanks for watching. Hit the like for the algorithm, and I will see you all in the next one.
So official announcement soon, but we did drop a Max Snacks t-shirt. This is my cat that you've probably seen in my end screen. And this is a collab I did with Cromchi to bring Max to life. I wanted to do some merch, and I didn't want to do, just some random Beyblade thing. So I figured, why not throw the channel mascot on a shirt? I think it looks pretty good. I'll be doing an unboxing soon, but yeah, link in the description. And if you use code Nizuma, you'll get a discount at checkout. Also, I wanted to say a big thank you to all of our patrons. Link to that is in the description as well. Thank you for supporting the channel, and thank you everybody else for watching.